What is going on, party people? My name is Party Guy, and today we have a bit of a different video, which I'm sure you guys are used to hearing by now. I bring it up in almost every video. I apologize, but nonetheless, we are here today to discuss my Toys to Life haul from the end of 2024 throughout the entirety of 2025, leading into 2026. That's how years work. You guys are welcome. But anyway, Toys to Life is something that's been very big in my life ever since I was little, and just to see these toys now being pawned off in small shops for like $2, it's kind of sad to me, but hey, that's a bargaining price. That's pretty good. So you guys are going to see some of my impulsive buys throughout the years, and I'm just looking forward to showing off what I got. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you all enjoy. Starting out small, I have here with me my one Amiibo. We have Incineroar here. Pretty cool character in a pretty square-shaped box here. There's the Amiibo logo. Just trying to get all the good angles in case, you guys want to have an Incineroar Amiibo in a box. You guys know exactly what you're in for. But I actually bought two of these guys. I'm not sure where the other one went. Hopefully he's around here somewhere. I believe I spent $15 for each Incineroar. So that's $30 total. I got them at Target. Amiibos, I believe, funny enough, are the only Toys for Life brand that are still currently being manufactured to this day. Please feel free to fact check me if that is wrong. I'm not 100% sure about that. But I know that if you're looking for Toys to Life, the ones you're most likely to find in the wild would be Amiibos. Amiibos are actually a different kind of Toys to Life media in the sense that you don't really play as that character. They just kind of serve as a reward. Like you would put the character on the little, I don't know what you call it, one of the sticks, and it would grant you a reward in that game. Or if you're playing a game like Super Smash Bros, you put a character on there and it would be a NPC that could level up to, I believe, level 50. And you could pick the color, you could name the Amiibos whatever you wanted to. It was actually pretty cool considering this competition was actually playing as the characters. So overall, I don't think Amiibos were super strong, but the fact that they're still running to this day is pretty cool. Incineroar, once again, pretty cool character. Slide that guy over for later, and let's see what else we got. Just so you guys know, I did leave some of the prices on the figures. I'm going to take them off after this video, but I wanted to see if I could actually turn a profit with these things, or if I'm just, throwing money into the fire, but not really a fire because I love Toys to Life stuff. But anyway, next up we have my Disney Infinity stuff, which I actually have a pretty nice collection. I wouldn't consider it to be anything too insane, but considering what's here, it's not that bad at all. But I'm just going to go with the first thing that I can see. We got Nova here. Nova's a pretty cool character here. Hopefully we'll see something soon from him in the MCU. He was $2. You guys can see that. And now this was actually around the time that I found a bunch of markets near my house that actually just randomly I popped in one day, and they were just happening to sell some Disney Infinity figures and some Skylander figures. So I actually picked some of those up too, which we will see later. But along with Nova, I picked up his best friend, Luke Skywalker, which is pretty cool. He's actually the one that you put on the portal and he lights up. So his lightsaber will actually light up when you put him on the portal. I don't remember what Disney Infinity's portal was called. Luke was also $2, so that was pretty nice. I actually realized I didn't give Nova a nice spin in case you guys wanted to see him. Yeah, look at this, nice and professional. We love the nice professional spin. Actually, at least the camera's focusing. That's pretty cool. But going off that, we do have Chewbacca too. I know it's a random haul, but this was just what was there. So we got Chewbacca. I'm not going to bother to spin him because that's going to be kind of rough. Looks like Chewbacca, I believe, was also $2. Yes, Chewbacca was also $2. Again, another nice addition to the collection. And just so you guys know, I didn't have any of these figures before. I didn't have a Nova, a Luke, or a Chewbacca. So making up for $6 with these three alone was pretty good. I did also pick up a Meredith. If you guys can see that. Meredith from Brave, which is pretty cool. I believe she's also, well, that way I guess. She's also $2, which, again, pretty good steal. The only one that I got that was a duplicate was the little story mode thing for the Incredibles, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Monsters, Inc. My puppy did chew that up, so I was in need of a new one. Then I found another store near my house. On top of this one, there were the markets, And then there was a store close to my house that I had no idea that existed, that literally I'd been looking for Toys to Life like Skylanders for forever, and this place just had a whole bin full of them and stuff like that. So I picked up the Disney Infinity game itself. I played all of the Skylander and Disney Infinity games on my Wii or Wii U, so finally getting them on the Xbox was a very nice find. I believe this was $15. Again, nothing too crazy. I mean, it's just the game. I will open it. I took the disc out, so the disc is not in there. Probably should have thought about that beforehand. I gotta find the disc, but I am taking care of it, I assure you. But I am super glad that I got Disney Infinity. But then I traveled back to that same store a little bit later, and lo and behold, I see this hanging on the wall. And what is it? Well, actually, before I grab it, let me just slide all the friends out of here and clear total room. Yeah. I was able to find the Xbox One starter pack for Disney Infinity 3.0, which is obviously, it is the last game for Disney Infinity, so you can use any figure from any game in this. Pretty cool. I mean, the box is a little damaged, but I mean, you know, you can't really have it in mint condition in this day and age. You can see it was $30, so pretty much, instead of buying that game separate, I could have just bought this and literally would have been double the value of the game. But I'm getting 2 figures, a story playset, the actual portal to play the game, and the game itself. I think that's everything that comes in here. But yeah, so this is probably the biggest find I have on the list. Super excited to start playing this. I want to play this and the Skylander games for you guys, but we'll see when we get there. Hopefully it's soon. But on to the next. Now, before we get into the actual Skylander figures, and believe me, there's a lot, you guys aren't going to want to miss that. I did some shopping on eBay, and prior to making these purchases, I wasn't that sure about eBay. I had heard things here and there, but I really never saw the appeal in eBay. But trust me, after making some of these purchases, I'm a believer in eBay. And, you know, maybe one day there's a chance I'll buy from one of you guys if you guys are selling some cool stuff. Mostly Skylanders, I'm out there for anything Skylander related. But hey, Toys to Life, you got it? I'm open to it. But anyway, I was lucky enough to get some of the Skylander trading cards. These are the Skylanders Giants ones, to show you how thick that is. That is a decent chunk of trading cards. I believe there's 18 cards in each pack. So you better believe we're going to be doing an opening of that soon. I really want to get on top of making videos again for you guys, so really hoping to. But I also, on top of the Skylanders Giants ones, I also got Swap Force ones. I did collect, I don't know if I really collected the Giants ones, but the Swap Force ones I did collect a little bit, and I just got the big packs. I believe these jumbo packs were from the same seller. The Swap Force ones and the Giant ones, I believe, were from the same seller. But I would be looking forward to opening all of them and seeing. I don't know if I have any of the OG cards for my collections, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Look forward to opening them soon. But let's get on to the figures. That's why you guys are here, right? I'm not sure exactly how much I spent on the cards, but I'm sure if I figure it out or find the seller again or how much I did spend on it, I'll put it over here so you guys can see how much I spent. We'll find out if I actually made some money when I actually open the cards, but stay tuned for that. But let's get on to the figures and the potential games I have. I'm going to break it up by Skylander game. Obviously, there are 6 games, so we're going to start Spyro's Adventure and make our way over to Imaginators. But, you know, I think let's hit the ground running right off the rip with my Christmas present from 2024. Yeah. The legendary 3-pack of Spyro, Chop Chop, and Bash. Here in the flesh. I got some wear and tear on the side there, but it's okay. It came down to me not knowing what I wanted for Christmas. And my mom asked me, she was like, what do you want for Christmas? I was like, oh man, I don't really know. You know, when you get older, it kind of gets harder to come up with gifts to get. So I thought back to what I thought was probably my best Christmases. And that was when I got Skylanders for Christmas. But obviously, We haven't had a Skylanders game in over 10 years. But at this point, it would have been 8 years. So, you know, when in doubt, you go back to your nostalgic days. So I went to Skylanders, and we got the Legendary 3-pack of Spyro, Chop Chop, and Bash. I'll spin that around real quick for you guys. You can get some nostalgia looking at the back. I know we got some in-game shots of them. We got the codes for Skylanders Universe. If any of you ever played Skylanders Universe or know about that, that's pretty cool. And the checklist. It brings you all together. We all had that checklist. Don't be lying. But, yeah, awesome gift. Not sure if I'm going to open it yet or, you know, preserve it. But I'm going to keep it in here for now because I'm 50-50 when it comes to keeping things in the box or taking it out. But I think I'm going to leave this in the box because it has special meaning to me and I don't want to damage the integrity of the gift. But all in all, it's very awesome. I love that. I don't have any of these in my collection, so having the 3 of them lined up here is pretty cool. But after that, we got some pretty standard ones. We got Gil Grunt because I accidentally knocked his NFC chip out while playing on a playground. Interesting story, I know. He was $2. By the way, I don't know how much this is. I'm going to assume it was around $100. I know. Thank you, Mom. That was probably a lot of money. And who else to go with Gil Grunt other than Trigger Happy? My puppy in my old house actually ended up eating mine, so yeah, I had to get a new one. Also $2. So, you know, the OG trio, but I don't have Spyro here. Spyro's in my collection. Drill Sergeant here. I don't think my puppy chewed him. I think this was more so of a broken situation. Drill Sergeant was $3. And then the one and only one who got me into Skylanders overall as a whole, Robot. Again, I mean, how do you look at this guy and you don't want to play as this guy? He's a robot dragon that shoots lasers out of his eyes. I mean, if that's not cool to I don't know, how old would I have been? Came out. I was 6 years old. 6. I'm not going to say the other half of that. But I was 6 or the age one older than 6 when Skylanders came out. And Drobot was the one that I immediately saw him and I had my heart set on the game after that. He is $5 and rightfully so. My puppy also chewed him. So unfortunately he looks a little busted. Then we got good old Ruptor, the guy in the Thanksgiving Day Parade, and actually became a staple of the series, surprisingly enough. He was $2 as well. He got a little chewed also, I believe. We'll bounce around a little bit. Voodoo here. I just never had a Voodoo in my collection. I don't know if he just never really stood out to me when I was younger or anything like that, but yeah, I got a Voodoo. $5. Nothing too crazy. Then we got Bash here. I never had a Bash in my collection either. So while I was slowly replacing figures, I was also adding new figures to my collection, which is pretty cool. I did say it was $5, I believe. So then, pretty cool when I added the collection. I realized I was going by Element, and then I skipped over this guy. We got Igniter. Again, another fan favorite. I loved Igniter when I was little, and I still love him now. It's such a sick design, such a sick idea. He was $5 as well. You know, just to, you know, make it all right in the world, so the elements align. And then we got, last but not least, in the figure realm, Chop Chop, just broken. I don't think my puppy ate Chop Chop, but yeah, there we go. Chop Chop was $2. Yeah, I think he was just broken. And Igniter, I think, I did have Igniter in my collection, but I think he also just broke. And then to round out the figures, nothing too exciting, Dragon's Peak. I had the Sunburn set, I had Dragon's Peak, but I think I lost it, or it got chewed up, or destroyed, or all the above. I don't really know, but it is cool to add to the collection. I would put it front and center for now. Yeah, we'll find out. I don't want to block any of them. Stand by. It's not even, but you can see all of them. And then I actually got the Spyro's Adventure game, as it clearly states right here. It says no book. So that means when you open up the game, the disc is present, but the book is not. I believe, well, it says the price right there. This was $5 on the Xbox 360. I do have an Xbox 360, so I can play Skylanders Spyro's Adventure and get a blast from the past, but I have not yet. Currently, you can vote for Xbox to get the Skylanders Spyro's Adventure and Skylanders Giants on the Xbox One. So I'm hoping we can do that, and I can give you guys a gameplay of all 6 games, because that would be pretty awesome. I'll just lay it down. You guys will know it's there. And then recently, I also picked up the Skylanders Skylanders Adventure 3DS edition, which I'm not sure if it is different from... I'm not sure if it's different from the original story. I know the 3DS games can be a little different, but this one actually has the book and the game. On the back to show you some of the gameplay in the Skylanders. Sorry, I had a brain fart for a second. It is late when I'm recording this. I have to drive to school. I have 8:30 class tomorrow, so that's fun, right? But anyway, you guys aren't here to hear about my classes. You're here to see some Skylanders, right? That's why we're here. We're seeing some cool Toys to Life stuff. But yeah, I know some of the 3DS games are different, but I'm not sure if that one is. But thought it was cool to buy nonetheless. Now let's get on to Giants. This video just turned into a little bit of a mess over time. I slowly just became more and more unprofessional. But anyway, here come the Skylander Giants. First of all, this is the last one I have in a box right now. We just have Skylander Giant Hex. Skylander Giants Hex. I believe she was about, $5, this one. The place I went to, they just had her in the box. So there's no particular reason I'm keeping her in the box. But yeah, Series 2 Light Core Hex. Pretty cool find to have. I mean, the box is sparkly, so that is pretty cool. And let's go to Jetvac. Jetvac here. I think mine was just chewed up by my puppy. Dang puppy, really chewed up everything. $3 if anyone's wondering. Just had to double check. Man, I'm kind of trying to speed run and not waste your guys' time. Next, we got Series 2 Eruptor. Never had a Series 2 Eruptor. Also should mention I never had a Series 2 Light Core Hex. But pretty cool. I mean, we love Eruptor around here. $5. I think I'm losing my mind a little bit, but it's all good. Then let's hit it up with Series 2 Chop Chop. Again, pretty cool figure. I like that they added a bit of a sharper sword and a spikier shield. Overall, $5 as well. Go right next to your $5 buddy, Eruptor. Never had Series 2 Chop Chop. I don't believe I had Series 2 Trigger Happy either. So Series 2 Trigger Happy. Pretty cool. I like the detail in him firing the actual coins out. You can see that in the figure. Also $5. Pretty cool. And to round out Giants, because I don't have that game on Xbox 360 yet, we got Crusher. Crusher, pretty cool. I do have a Crusher already, but he was definitely chewed through my puppy, right through his head, so you can see the lights, which is kind of cool, but not cool in the sense that I want my figure to look how he looks in game. And unfortunately, but fortunately, he doesn't have a giant hole in his head that shows the inner workings of how he lights up. But this is my Skylander Giants collection, and let's take it up to Swap Force. So, Swap Force right now is a bit lacking, I won't lie. The only one I was able to pick up, probably one of the most valuable though, is Volcanic Lava Barf Eruptor. Pretty cool figure, never had him. I know he's exclusive to the Xbox. He's exclusive to the 3DS version. I don't know which game, but I'm going to assume it's a Swap Force game since he has the blue bottom. No price on him, but I think he was $5. So my one and only Swap Force character that I was able to pick up within my haul. And yeah, so let's hit it up to Trap Team. All right, moving on to Trap Team. We're starting small, quite literally, with Food Fight. Again, comes in the starter pack, so nothing too crazy. Is $3. I don't know why. Oh, I do know why I got Food Fight. Because I had the Dark Edition of Trap Team, so I never got the regular Food Fight. So that was a new add to the collection. I believe all the rest of these are also new to my collection. Funny Bone. Again, pretty cool. Pretty cool design. I like the aesthetic of the Bone Dog. Pretty cool. It goes for $5. Right next to your buddy Food Fight. And we got Chopper. Chopper is such a cool character. Fun fact for anyone that didn't know, Chopper's original design was actually going to be the Tech Giant, Skylanders Giants, before they got to Bouncer. There were actually a couple designs that were in the running. I believe Chopper's original design was always a Tech. So I believe he was going to be there instead of Bouncer. But instead we got our loving big boy giant Bouncer. Probably my favorite giant. So I'm so happy we got him. But Chopper's design, I'm so glad to see that they actually use the design. And I actually think it works better as a smaller dinosaur. I think it actually is more funny, and I don't know. Just I really like the figure overall. Again, $5. Now here's where we get to some heavy hitters. Bushwhack. I believe Bushwhack doesn't have a price on him, but he was $8. Look at that nice sparkling shine off the light. Yeah, it's been glaring on me this whole time, but it looks cool when the figures hit it. Oh, he is glowing green on me. I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably not. Lobstar. I don't want to reach over him. Oh, wow. Lobstar, a pretty cool one overall. Not Winter. I know he also has the variant. Actually, Lobstar and Bushwhack both have variants, which is actually kind of funny. No price on him either, but I think he was also... Lobstar was $5, I believe. Because I actually traveled further to check out another Skylander place, and Lobstar was there. And my big pull, which I believe was also for $5, Nightmare. Now, the last I checked, Nightmare was going for about $20 to $25. So getting Nightmare for $5 was a steal. Probably the best that I have on this list so far. No price on Nightmare, but I do believe it was $5. They just had a whole bin and just said $5 for every Skylander in there. And then, of course, we got Skylanders Trap Team, the game on Xbox One, so I can play. Also, I should mention, Swap Force. I didn't buy the game because my stepbrother actually bought the game all the way back when it first came out, so I already have it. Passed on to me. Thank you to my stepbrother Tommy, if you're watching this, or just thank you in general for that. I don't think he really lent it to me, but he doesn't use it, so it just kind of came down to me. But anyway, Skylanders Trap Team, a bit more pricey than the other games, even despite its busted up condition here. Well, that shows some personal information. Actually, you know what? I'll just tear it out. There we go. See, the disc is in there. Man, I'm kind of bummed. I should put the Disney Infinity disc in there, but whatever. It's gonna be 3 a.m. in a couple minutes. So we're here filming about Toys to Life Fall. So we got priorities, right? But let's take it up to SuperChargers. All right, as we are nearing the end of this video, I hope you guys are enjoying. I know this video is a little all over the place, and we are slowly going into more madness because I'm refusing to do more reshoots, which, you know, on any given day, I would love to, you know, sit here and reshoot and, you know, do whatever. But unfortunately, it's almost 3 a.m. And as I have mentioned, unless you skip the video around, which again, I wouldn't blame you, I have an 8:30 class tomorrow. So I'm just trying to finish this video up for you guys. Hopefully I can get this out as soon as possible. Hopefully I end up uploading this video. I would like to think that I would be doing that. But anyway, let's get back to it. Diveclops here. Pretty cool figure. I don't know if it's canon or not that he's Eyebrow's brother. I'm gonna fail my Skylander nerd knowledge right there. $5 for Diveclops. I believe it is. Sorry, sometimes I just get lost on my own head. $5 here. We got Series 2 Jetvac. I'm blanking on his name right now, but again, not a figure I probably would have bought when the game came out, but a figure that I bought because it was cheap and I didn't have in my collection. Fiesta. Fiesta gets a lot of hate. I actually have Frightful Fiesta in my collection. Again, $5. I think overall, very cool design. Unfortunately, I think people underutilize him a lot. Well, because they say he's not good. Lava Lance Eruptor here. Again, I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 Eruptors that I have shown you guys, I believe, which is pretty crazy. I think that's pretty much every iteration of Eruptor that I've shown you guys. It's close to it, but I've shown you at least one Eruptor from every game he was in. I do believe, once again, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know why I said that like a movie character. I believe this was also $5, paired up with Lobstar and Nightmare, and so on. I'm just gonna stop talking. Nightshade, pretty cool character. Overall, I've heard is pretty weak, but a pretty cool character. Goes for $10. The most expensive figure that I've bought out of the lot. Then the rest of the figures, we got the Chaos Trophy. Why not? Chaos Trophy, $5. So, not a bad haul for SuperChargers. Did also pick up the game. $5. We love to see those prices. It was pre-owned. And this is the Portal Owners Pack, I believe. So I did not have to buy a portal for this or anything like that. There's the game, sideways. You know, that's how we roll around here. We're just one-shotting everything from out of here. But that is my SuperChargers collection. Hopefully I'm turning a profit by now. But if not, I still have one more thing. Last but not least, in the most anticlimactic way, we have Skylanders Imaginators, where I just have a singular $10 water imagination crystal, which I have not touched, but I am looking forward to seeing what my mind can create for a new Skylander. So, all in all, from my extensive research, I can tell that I've spent that much amount of money, and I have made that much amount of money. Yeah, pretty impressive. I know. Well, that's all I had for today for you guys. I hope you guys all did enjoy. I know that this video, as I said, is a little bit all over the place. And, you know, maybe I'll re-record it, but probably not. But we'll see what happens. I mean, at least now I know what I'm running through. But I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did enjoy, please feel free to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, share, do what you gotta do. I just hope you guys all enjoyed. And at the end of the day, it's about the journey, not the destination, right? So I'm just here to provide my findings for you guys and let you guys know that there's still hope for Toys for Life in 2026 and that you guys should never stop hunting. Don't give up on your dreams and don't let your dreams be dreams. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm gonna probably just end this video before I keep talking. But thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope to see you all in the next one, and party on, party people.